Hey, welcome. In this video, I'm going to be trying to walk you through how to get the, what's it called, the Chomik.exe Chomik in the game Find the Chomiks. It's an Obama difficulty Chomik. It's a really difficult one. It has a few puzzles mixed in there. A lot of people have got it, but not many people know the full method to getting it. So that's what I'm going to go through now. Again, I highly recommend that you try finding it yourself before you use this guide, because it's more fun that way. Anyway, let's start. Now, the hint for this Chomik is a legion-old legend tells about reverberation upon lengthy resting at a bearded destination. So let's break this down. It says a legion-old legend, that's just preface, we can ignore that, it's just setting up next text. It tells about reverberation upon lengthy resting at a bearded destination. So it says we need to it says lengthy resting. We need to go somewhere and we need to sit down there for a certain period of time. We need to rest there for a certain amount of length. And if we do that, it says we'll hear some reverberation, so we'll hear some sound. Now we just need to find out where. This last bit's a little bit useless because there are only 2 chairs on the entire map currently, and they're both in the same place, and they both work for this. But bearded destination, I was a bit confused by this at first, so I asked a dev about it, and it's supposedly meant to imply old. I also thought that it was going down, like it would grow off the beard of your chin, like a beard. But there's different interpretations. So if I go to classic robots, hence the old or the bearded destination, and head on over to the basement, we find 2 chairs that we can rest on. So if we sit on one of them and rest for I think it's 15 seconds, a time period, you'll hear a sound effect happen. That will take a while to load, but once you hear it, a decal will appear somewhere around the map, so some kind of image, just anywhere around the map. This took a while for people to find. I think First Luigi Pro was the first person who found it. I could be wrong on that though. And it spawns this decal for, I believe, another 15 seconds after you hear the sound effect. You wait another 15, it's going to disappear again. So you really hope that you've taken a screenshot of it, like I have, and put it on the screen. So the message says, as unconventional as it may seem, a first to the full-blooded fantasies near. To enter, you must be permitted to see a great and pulp-full topiary. If previous occurrences feel way too far, you'll want to decrease and chartreusify your setting. If hitherto you still aren't adrift from a mystery, a bungalow might be your last to acknowledge. Now that's a lot to take in at once. In fact, I'm gonna type exclamation mark notepad so that I can get this on screen at all times, because it's a lot to acknowledge at once. So let's read through this. What it's implied that you're meant to do here is you're meant to collect the 4 spawn Chomiks in order, and we can confirm that happens because as we go and get one of them, such as Scarlet Parachomic, we'll hear a sound effect as it plays. Except the only issue is we can't get them in any order. We need to know to get them in a specific order as dictated by this poem. When you collect one of them, you hear a 1-up sound effect no matter what order you collect them in. It's just an idea to let you know that you're on the right track. So let's start off and explain why Scarlet Parachomic is first. It says, as unconventional as it may seem, a first to the full-blooded fantasies near. Each sentence of the poem represents a single Chomik. So let's look at this one, a first to the full-blooded fantasy. So let's look at full-blooded. Full-blooded means, well, it's bloody. Well, yeah, blood is known for being scarlet-coloured. Very, very deep, very, very bright, kind of scarlet. So that's one hint that it's going to be Scarlet Parachomic. And the other clue that we get is the word fantasy. If I scroll up and look at the Scarlet Parachomic description, it's told that it's inspired by an obby made by someone called Macalad. That obby is actually called Scarlet Paracosm, and if we look at the word paracosm, we can Google its definition, and we find that it is it's a fantasy, or it's just some kind of imaginary world, something you can get lost in, something you can dream of. So both of those words, full-blooded fantasy, both lead to Scarlet Parachomic, so we know that Scarlet Parachomic comes first. The next sentence we've got is that to enter, you must be permitted to see a great and pulpful, I keep saying through there, pulpful topiary. So immediately right off the bat, we notice it says you must be permitted to see rather than you can see, which kind of implies that you can't do it on your own, which immediately leads to thinking about Teamwork Chomik. So if I'm going to head to Teamwork Chomik while I explain the rest of it, because you can get there on your own by going to lava. I prefer to aim to the tree rather than the actual platform that Teamwork's on because it's a larger landing target. But if you read the rest of it, it says a great and pulpful topiary. So great means large, so a big tree, right? Like the one I'm standing on. Tree, hence the word topiary at the end of it. And it's pulpful. So this tree, given the colours of it, kind of looks like a sakura tree or a cherry blossom tree that you would find in Japan, which tend to bear cherries. They're not edible, but they're cherries nonetheless. Hence the pulpful, because these trees tend to be full of pulp. You can't see them right now in this tree though. There might be in there if I camera glitch and I haven't checked. No, there's not any. But yeah, these trees are traditionally grow cherries. Sorry, traditional in Japan. So we've got 2 out of the 4 in order. Now we've got the next one. This next one is the only one that I don't really think makes sense. It says if previous occurrences seem too far, you'll want to decrease and chartreusify your setting. So it says you'll want to decrease you'll want to decrease your setting, right? So you want to go lower down. There's only one place in spawn where you can do that, and it's for Chomik.exe. So if I head on over there real quick, I can never land here properly enough. And I can get Chomik.exe here. That part in itself seems to make sense. However, I don't get the word chartreusify, because chartreuse is both a colour, which means like a really, really bright yellowy green, or it means it's a type of liqueur. But I looked into it for quite a while, and I didn't see how it could lead to Chomik.exe, which is unfortunate, but oh well. At least we know what order it's in. And the final one, if hitherto you still aren't adrift from a mystery, a bungalow might be your last to acknowledge. So, if we look at the bungalow, there's only one bungalow in the entire... Well, there's not. There's bungalows in trash as well, but there's only one bungalow in spawn. A bungalow is just a one-story house. And it may be your last to acknowledge, the final one to check. So if we get Wooden Chomik, hear the last sound effect, something's off appears in the bottom of our screen. It's very unclear that you're meant to do this, but what you're meant to do is now head back to classic Roblox and go back to where you started, in the basement here. You don't need to sit on a chair again, but if you're very, very observant, you'll notice that the sign in here is ever so slightly changed. Above the "or we'll eat your brain" sign, it's very hard to see. There's now a bunch of really faint letters over here. Right? Oh, I've got shift lock bugging. Hate that. So, luckily I've got an image of this. Hopefully it's clearer. Or we'll eat your brains. Above that, we can see this XLLOILC. All of that. XLLOILYOLC. XLFMGZXX. This is kind of difficult to figure out because it's not immediately clear what this is. However, what I did notice is that it has a lot of letters from the latter half of the alphabet, which tend to be a lot rarer than the first half of the alphabet. So I thought if we use a cipher called the @bash cipher, which pretty much reverses all of the letters of the alphabet, so it will send Z to A, Y to B, X to C, and etc. And in the opposite order, A goes to Z. And type in XLOILYOLC XLFMGZXX, which we found on the sign, and we decrypt it, it should give us Cool Roblox Count Ack. So we know we're on the right account. So we know we're on the right lines because, well, you know, Cool Roblox... Oh, I copied the wrong thing. Because we know Cool Roblox Count Ack is something that's very, very unlikely to see, just by pure chance. If we go to this account, we'll notice that his description says, "I like my friends." And if we look at his friends, they all have the same names. Join the Army 1. We look at the next one, we get Join the Army 2. We look at the next one, Join the Army 3. Now, you notice that these avatars all have the same costume, apart from the first one. Currently, this is a little bit outdated because all of these Join the Army accounts have 2 hairs on, but it's since been changed such that you only actually need one of them. If I go back onto the main account, you can see exactly what one that is. You only need the bacon hair. So the naming of the account, Join the Army, kind of implies that you want to join the army yourself. There's currently 3 of them, and we want to join in with them. How can we do that? So if we go to our avatar, and we try to copy exactly what their outfit is, ignore all of these outfits, I have very, very bad old outfits listed there, and reset your character, such that you've got the outfit. I'm going to show you what that outfit is right now. You need exactly this outfit. You need all of the man body types, including the head. You need the green jersey t-shirt. You need the jean shorts with white shoes. You need the stylish aviators. You need the bacon hair. And this part confuses a lot of people. You need the smile face. The Roblox default face, when you don't have any face equipped, looks very similar to this, but you need specifically the smile face equipped, made by Roblox. Finally, after you've went and joined the army, you can head on down to the basement of the house again, and it will teleport you. This is the Chomik.exe room. You've done it. Congrats. Now, a lot of this quest seems very, very vague, and I know that. I personally don't like quite a lot of the decisions to kind of like obfuscate what the words are meant to mean, especially on this notepad section here. I still don't know what chartreusify means. I still don't know that. If you know that, please tell me in the comments, because yeah, that still seems odd to me. But other than that, that's the entire Chomik. Thanks for watching, and good luck with the rest of it. Bye.